And here we are with game number 1 between China C and Vietnam A. Let me just quickly check OBS. Yes, everything looking fine. Okay, we're on the point of view from back T. Alright, he's the pocket player here on Arabia. I always start with the flanks because there will be the action first on Arabia, so yeah, let's go with that. Here we have Vietnam Human. I think he's better known as ACCM, if I'm not mistaken. So, player in purple, Spanish, and he's up against Mongols. That's CBJ Lang. Okay, Spanish Mongols. Should be interesting. Spanish usually take their time. They have no crazy bonuses in Dark Age or Feudal Age. Mongols, though, the hunt bonus can get them up to Feudal really fast, so should be an interesting matchup here on this side. On the other flank, player in blue, that's VNS Yellow. Oh god, couldn't he just pick yellow, like, you know, like Feng Shaoqi, or what's the Chinese player's name here? That's gonna be confusing. Yeah, so anyway, he's Hans. And he is up against Grey here, that's Moonlight. Again, Moonlight, isn't that another nickname from Mio? Player from Argentina. Oh boy, so much confusion in this one, but I'll just go with the in-game names, it will be alright. Okay, so Hans for both players, yeah, that's an even matchup on this flank. So then, I'm just gonna quickly introduce the players and then take a closer look at the map, alright? So here the pocket for China C. He's the direct pocket for Grey here. That's Fang Shaoqi. I'm just guessing the pronunciation. I don't know how to speak Chinese, sorry. So yeah, Spanish pocket, that's awesome. You definitely want to have Spanish rather in the pocket position rather than flank, so this is good, I guess. Oops, 2 hits on the villager, 11 HP, so she can take 1 more hit from the boar. There it is. We'll be fine. Or stops, doesn't run back, so all good. Okay, opposing flank then. In green, no, opposing pocket. That's VNS Cool. Alright, so Mongols in the pocket position. They're pretty good. They can get some early scouts. Can even go full scouts. We've seen that yesterday with... Was it USA or the Canada game? I think it was in a Canada game against Mexico B. Anyway, so Mongols very powerful pocket save. Late game Mangudai obviously super strong, so that's good. The other flank here for Vietnam, that's Bac T, well, member of Tyrant clan. We've just seen him against Wonder. Don't need to introduce him too much. One of the top players in the world. He's playing as the Mayans. Yeah, Mayan pocket is okay. You just need to be able to get your castle up and then you're really sorted. That's the standard game. You can always decide to sling and do other things, but castle drop, plumes, early imperial is usually, well, the so-called meta game, right? Read a funny quote about the discussion why meta game is boring and blah. One comment I liked was, well, it's called meta because it works. So yeah, that's that. Okay, in red we have Mayans as well. Guy is called Start Over. Again, I'm sorry here. I don't know all these Chinese 2K plus players. They play on Woobly China, not so much on Woobly US, which is understandable. But because of this, we haven't seen them too often yet. And well, we have seen them perform in the Nations Cup now, and these guys are super strong. So I'm expecting some good games here. I mean, just looking at the names from VNS, Cool, ACCM, Bac T, Yellow, those are all at least familiar names to me. with China Sea. Not so much, but yeah, these guys have shown in the last couple of weeks and months how good they are. Okay then, let's take a look at the maps for the flank players. Here's a drush coming up already. Barracks down before minute 8, that's alright. Side gold here, forest stretching towards the back. This is a nice forest here, and I like the house placement. This covers a lot of the forest here, so he can chop his wood safely. Just needs to defend this area. Is he going for deer now? It's Mongols. Of course, the hunting bonus is great, but there's quite some walking time here. And to drop a mill now with just 1 deer left. Well, there's 100 food more, but still not so efficient, I think. Okay, so overall average map, I would say. Militia are on their way. Here purple has walled up. This wall will probably go down. It's 2 militia, third one coming up, and a villager, so yeah. Overall that's enough. Quite easy to wall. Well, he dropped the barracks right next to the gold, but well, the main gold is important in the beginning, right? A little towards the front and on a hill, but well, he walled off anyway, so not a big problem. Now he's walling the side, or well, even the back area. So ACCM really wants to be safe here. As the Spanish, that's not a big surprise. We can take a look. Is he mining stone or gold yet? No, but it's still a little early to check for that. Okay, on the other flank we see massive palisade walls here from blue. Had to wall a lot here, in my opinion. He covered 2 extra golds. Main gold is safe from archers. Look at that distance. That might be even safe from crossbowmen. What's happening here? Ah, that's the drush from blue and the wood line here from grey. But it's just 3 militia, so it's not very dangerous. You can always fight off 3 militia, especially if you have a 3 yourself. The scouts from the pocket players are interfering as well. That's some good teamwork there. Is China Sea actually going for a team wall? Yeah, it looks like it. You can see that on the minimap. All these walls, they connect, and yeah. Back T still open, he walled the side. Gold here, well, it's towards the side or to the back, you could argue. And he's on stone, so yeah, a castle drop it is for main in the pocket here. Then in the back, gold there for VNS cool, and yeah, he wants to be safe as a Mongol. Yeah, you want to boom up, you don't want to get raided too much. Interesting one here though. Oops, did he delete a villager? Yeah, I think so. Wanted to delete this tile here. Was it a palisade or whatever? Maybe the lag, maybe a misclick, well, whatever it was, villager was deleted. Market coming up, and now I'm starting to think, such crazy walls and now stone walls here are just coming up. Will VNS Cool actually sling here? It really looks like it. So yeah, the stone walls kind of give it away. Mongol slinging. Well, I personally don't like it. I would love to see Mongols getting out their Mangudai, because that's always awesome in Imperial. It can turn a game around completely. 40 Mangudai, they do their work in any Imperial battle. Question is who they will sling. Mongols? Will they sling Huns? Will they sling the Mayans here? Here's the Spanish player. I don't think Spanish will get the sling. And it's going to VNS Yellow. That's the Huns player. Alright. Yeah, slinging Huns is the preferred option. Usually the sling goes to Huns. they can pump out knights really quickly. Let's go to his point of view maybe. That's one stable so far. No second stable yet. And here this Drush, well, a very defensive game here in these first 15 minutes. That's game minutes, right? Thank God. If the speed was 1-to-1, AOC would take even longer. Okay. Here, Militia and Scout won't do anything either. Yeah, the big question is really how much damage will VNS Yellow here, player in blue, do with his 2 stables? Is it gonna be 3? Yep. 3 Hun stables. Imagine how many knights you can pump out with that. I'll just quickly bring up the chat again so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay, it's back. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be massive. Let's see if there's a sling actually in the Chinese team. I can quickly actually take a look. Tribute sent. Chinese team 1000 sent from red to grey. So the main pocket here is slinging over to grey. So that's actually cool. The 2 players who receive a sling are actually facing each other. So it's all grey against blue here. As we just saw, grey is already up in the castle, getting the first knights out. And VNS Yellow will be there in a moment. Castle coming up for back T, so he's playing it rather standard. Town center coming up here. Yeah, there will be another one, here it is. So, nice pocket play from back T. That's expected. Spanish is safe here. What will he do? Will he just boom up to Imperial and then go Paladins? What players usually do is they... Yeah, no, he's doing it too. What players usually do is they get a castle, get out Conquistadors, and then transition to Paladins and Imperial. And here, Vietnam Human ACCM is not taking this at all. He's going for Stonewalls and a castle. So, safe play here from purple. And I think it's time now to check these 2 guys here, blue and grey. First few knights from Moonlight have arrived here at the palisade walls. The hill bonus won't help down here. Oh, that's enough units. Bloodlines and +1 defense and even +2 defense there for VNS Yellow. You can micro a little in melee fights, right? Close combat units, but usually numbers and upgrades decide it. You would have to really play an AI, not a human player, to actually win against higher numbers or better technology. Okay, so Moonlight has to retreat for now. Knights from blue, are they just trying to chase down these 2? Well, that's 8 HP and 22, so not that much left. This one here on half. So where's blue going now? This wall here looks pretty solid to me. Stone walls on this one. So yeah, China Sea playing it very safe. They don't want any enemy unit in their territory, not at all. Alright then. Well, blue is looking for a weak spot now. That makes a lot of sense, but where really? It's stone walls or house walls all over the place. Well, that was one villager. More than I would have thought, so good catch, but it's not gonna become much more, I think. China Sea is really safe here. Conquistadors moving out, similar plan here as with the plumed archers and knights, just yeah, testing the water, looking for a spot to raid, but not gonna be easy. Maybe Conquistadors here in this corner can reach the stone. Maybe from here the gold, but yeah, the range is 6. Could be tricky. There's actually 2 archery ranges filled with crossbowmen, I assume. Let's quickly take a look. That's Teal. CBJ Lang. It's just 4 archers, no upgrades on them. Yep, not even fletching. Okay, and now Vietnam A is trying to break in. Defense here with monks. Quite a few knights now out from Vienna's yellow. We've just seen the score change, so game is really close. Not sure why the monks are retreating. Is yellow actually convinced that blue will get in? Okay, now this looks pretty strong. Good amount of knights, backed up by plumed archers. Here's the grey knights. 4 monks in the back. It's not easy to do damage. There's town centers everywhere. Even a 4th one here. So that's gonna be a strong boom here from Spanish player. Quickly take a look at the sling again. So that's 4,500 against 4,500. Now it's 4,900 almost, so still very, very close here, the sling. Not a big difference yet. Okay. Yeah, now these knights are just looking for a good spot to attack. Yellow will probably try to wall up. Yeah, and I think these knights here could have prevented that. I mean, the gather point is here. Could have just placed the gather point there, for example. Oh yeah, now blue needs to break through again. Yellow missed the fight. Here come the monks. On this flank, not too much action. Conquistadors didn't do much, I assume. Ooh, the Grey Knights actually surrounded the plumes there. I don't know what blue was doing. He should always be in front of the plumed archers. And now more monks from Grey are coming up from Moonlight. Well, it's the sheer numbers now. A lot of knights, a lot of monks from the Chinese team. Obviously they can reinforce quickly in their own territory here. But yeah, still not a good fight here from Back T and Vietnamese Yellow. Some raiding here now. Crossbowman and Bodkin arrow has been researched for CBJ Lang. Yeah, probably I missed these units coming out a minute ago. But still, Spanish here looks really safe. Plumed archers. They're great, right? It's archers who are good against archers. It's the base pierce armor they have here. Okay, and blue and purple will be in very soon. Still these knights running around, distracting the enemies. Oh wow, green has actually extended the walls here. He's walling more towards the center now. That helps with map control and the trade later on. One more gold here. Let's see. Yeah, Vietnam is kind of controlling this area and China Sea doesn't want to engage. If you look at the numbers, just a couple of knights here. Overall, it looks better for Vietnam, I think, in this situation right here. Grey bringing back a few units. Well, they're taking out a few buildings. But yeah, we're at minute 30, the players are boomed up, so one stable more or less won't really hurt. But yeah, while these units are just standing there and kind of just control the area, which is really valuable, they might as well take out a building or two, so yeah, why not? Is it time to engage though? Imperial Age coming up for player in yellow. So if these will be Cavaliers with +4 defense, etc., could be nice, but he doesn't have too much army, I think. 9 military in total, 8 now. It's a very tight area here between these stables. Hard to micro properly or get your units into position. You see, all the action is happening in the base from China Sea, but they're still in the score lead. It's not like this attack from Vietnam has really given them a huge advantage so far. Now there's the Cavalier upgrade for Grey. Blade Barding armor is coming up too, that's the +4 defense upgrade. And it's time to go back now. Numbers advantage, technology advantage for China Sea. With the plumes here, oh well, they are elite, they have +3, so bracer. They should engage. Still, I think most blue knights should be injured. Oh no, it looks okay actually. Yellow sending in more. I think China Sea is sending everything they have now. They want to clear this. Imagine a castle and 2 siege workshops, that would be continuous danger. Also there's gold here. They have to push Vietnam away from here. Okay, now there was a flare from Red. Is he pointing to the hole here? Ah no, but there is no real hole. Palisades still help. And blue has actually units there, so no big trouble. On this side, Back T starting to push. Build a nice castle on a hill. Use the villagers straight away to chop more wood, why not? Okay. Trebuchet, it's just targeting houses, not going for a castle there. Okay. Plumed archers being chased by +4 cavaliers. Not really worth it. With these numbers, you can't really micro too much. We try to find a corner probably. Or not. Well, best to just leave, really. Is this wall open? It looks like it. Where's purple going now? Mangudai already. Mongols have boomed up. Elite Mangudai 8 +4 now. So yeah, these look really strong. Minute 35. Okay, what's going on here? Grey with a Paladin upgrade. And Paladin upgrade coming in for blue as well. Lots and lots of upgrades going through here. We can see that in the top corner right. Not gonna call out every single one, right? That would be crazy. I'm just trying to keep an eye out for the important ones. Thumbring for Back T, that's Well, that's good. Some players just forget about it, right? You have to build an archery range, as in the Mayans you get a market blacksmith early on. And it is open now. Grey can actually raid blue if he wants to. We should compare the resources situations between blue and grey, I think. So here is Vienna's yellow. Okay, you see constantly getting resources slung. And with grey, yeah, pretty sure the sling is still going on. Yeah. Some food, some gold in the bank, so we can produce more units there. That's good. That's a good hill. Grey is taking the gold here in a rather unsafe area, but I mean every little helps, right? Paladins are fully upgraded. Not sure. Does Grey have more numbers, or does he just does blue just want to use the hill? I'm not sure. Because if you take your units in the middle of a fight with close combat units and you run away, you still catch a lot of hits. So sometimes it's just not worth it. Okay, 2 castles are up now. That's good. On this side, can back T and ACCM break through? Very similar play here. Spanish went for Cavaliers, now Paladin has been done. Back T backing this up with Plumes. Mangudai, well, they have more HP, they have less fire delay. But maybe it's more cavalry from purple. Is yellow sending more? Yeah, but just a few units. Now it looks like China Sea can take this fight, or can they? Well, there's constantly units trickling in from both teams. Hard to make a call. Same here. Between blue and grey, I never know who really has the upper hand. You could take a look at the total number. 23 against 21, so kind of low for both, but well, they're not giving each other a breath, really, or a moment to take a breath. Constant action here between these two players. 4 trebuchets ready. Yeah, but he could repair them, and he is doing it. Nice one. So close. You see how these yellow paladins got shredded by Plumes and Conquistadors. Yeah, and with Paladins and +4 defense, you don't need to worry too much about arrow fire. You can fight under castles all day long. Yeah, both players are just pumping. I wonder when Grey will actually bring some siege, because there's no point fighting here forever. Looks really like a stalemate at the moment in an open field. Oh, and here come the siege ramps from CBJ Lang. Let's compare the team scores. And there they change, right? 8,200 for both teams. Neck in neck. This couldn't be closer, really. So Tough was right. Very, very close and tight games here. Okay then. Yeah, well, China can hold here in the 7 o'clock position, but they cannot really push out Vietnam. I'm pretty sure they want to seal this wall if possible, but they just can't push Vietnam away from here. Back T with plumed archers, Vietnam Human is ACCM with his paladins. Still kind of surprised Mongols is slinging. could decide the game, right? Having fully upgraded Mangudai on the field, while Vietnam actually went for the elite plumed archers. I think in late Imperial, Mangudai should be better. I think most players would agree. Okay. Now Grey and Blue have messed up some paladins. Third castle is up now. And here's one siege workshop. Any others? No, here's one from Blue. Yeah, that's just the gold miners here. Nothing special. Oh, and I think this is a smart move from China Sea. They're avoiding the battle here because it's really an uphill battle. And here on an even playing field they might actually push through. There's a second castle now though, so fighting between two castles might make it a little bit more tricky, especially for Mangudai. They cannot take so many arrows like, you know, siege rams or paladins. But still they are a bulky unit, 80 HP, plus 4 defense. Okay, is Grey moving in now? Is he just interested in killing these villagers? Let's see. Yeah, moving back and forth, can't really decide himself, I guess. Let's follow this push here. That's a lot of numbers. Commentating too much at the moment because there's just so much going on. Vietnam tried to get on a hill, but it looks like China Sea doesn't really care. Paladins moved up, Mangudai in the back. Siege rams are getting through. There was a trap war going on as well. Still 2 left for Bac Thi. And here come some cap rams from Mayans now, from Bac Thi. Moonlight still sending... Oh no, sorry. Moonlight is using the market. Just thought there was like some tributing going on, but no, it's just market usage. And I think it is time to check for the trade. Yeah, okay, now that's the reason this game file was called Part 1. So let's quickly hop into Game 2, or Part 2 rather. Okay. Settings, watch recording, and Part 2, here it is. Just gonna take a sec. Yep, and here it is. Okay, revealing the map again. Yeah, I was gonna say, trade is starting to become important. We can see Grey markets here, but Blue is walling this area, so the fight over the corners will become really interesting. Purple has secured this corner very early, and Teal didn't even try to go for it. So now Vietnam actually controls 3 corners of the map, if you ask me, and that really helps with trade. The longer the distance between the markets, the more gold revenue you get. And this could be, yeah, the decider in a game in which both teams actually have Spanish and get the trade bonus. So we're back to square one, really. Even playing field, and it's down to the market distance again. Big fight now between Blue and Grey. Some halberdiers now from Grey. Let's see if that helps. You can also see some plumed archers here. That's quite a few actually, like 12 or so. And it looks like Blue comes out on top. Yeah, Grey is retreating. This looks like a very good fight now for VNS Yellow. 15,000 score against 12,000 score, but then again that could be just the sling and how many extra score he gets from these resources. Nice hill now for China C. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like this really paid off for Lang and... God, I can't pronounce his names. The player in yellow. No, they were fighting here. Sorry, here mostly, and always uphill, so not a great idea. Then they tried it here. Still 2 castles and the hills, obviously. So now they went for this one, and that worked. And now, when there are no hills involved, Mangudais are really strong, even against paladins. Should really avoid uphill battles, even if you have maybe the superior units, the higher numbers. Hills are so important in this game. Okay. Looking at the military numbers, 40, 3, 60 and 60. 90, 30 and 40. Okay. So no one really in a terrible position. Still very close game. VNS, or sorry, Vietnam A rather, 12,000 score. Almost 11,000 score for China A. Oh, and this looks like a good fight for Vietnam again. Mangudai on a hill are strong, but that's just good numbers here, I think, for Vietnam. More plumes coming up. Bombard towers now from ACCM. Okay, so as you can see, slowly China is trying to actually attack. I mean, until now they were mostly defending. Now they're trying to move forward. But here, towards the side of the map, Vietnam wants to really keep the control. They build bombard towers right now. Here with the Spanish, obviously, it's a good idea. This corner here is not in use, so blue just walled this up to make life a little bit harder for China. No, this castle will most likely stay up. Come on, he just needs to destroy 3 siege rams with paladins. That should not be a big deal. He's a workshop from Spanish, so no, should manage. Purple can send in more if he needs to. Oh, and this green actually engaging now. Would be awesome to see some Mangudai from VNS Cool. So far he has been slinging most of the time. Just check again. Back T, well, is sending a couple of resources. Mayans, late game, you have spare resources usually. Not a big surprise there. Okay, this castle will fall. Maybe this one is next here for VNS Cool. If you wanted to transition from a sling to Mangudai in the late game, then this hurts. One castle already, but this one here I see in danger. Yellow will probably come back. There's 2 workshops here, stables, so it's not over here, not at all. Okay, now Vietnam has actually walled off this side here. They want to focus on another spot, and it's this spot. Look at all the Mangudai and paladins there. Yeah, that's what I thought early on, when it turned out that the Mongol player would actually do the slinging for Vietnam. You kind of miss out on Mangudai, and they are, well, in my opinion, the strongest unit in the game. Okay, Grey here, Moonlight, pushing up the hill, but it's looking really good. But it's mostly halbs now. A couple of skirms coming up. Is that a sign of weakness? Usually if you transition from so-called power units, right, gold units, to trash units here, skirms and halbs, that's usually because you run out of gold. Shall we quickly check the trade profit? 1740. Yeah, I think Vietnam has more trade cards and they have gained more gold overall. Look at that. ACCM, almost 10,000 gold. So yeah. Well, Bac T is quite low, Vienna's cool is low. But no, I think better trade for Vietnam. And yeah, that's kind of what I thought. If you send in just trash units, you can't really go up against gold units. Paladins and plumed archers can take a fight up against halbs and skirms a long time. Okay, nice hill here for Bac T. Looks like Vietnam is not in danger here on this side either. Come on. There's Green, yeah. It's 12 army from Green. And here come the Mangudai, so he is actually transitioning now. That's definitely a good sign here for Vietnam. Blue is pushing in now as well. That's capped rams, not siege rams yet. Bac T following with plumes. Let's check out the army count. 84 plumed archers for Bac T. Some trebuchets as well. Yeah, they kind of lost the momentum here, I think, on this side. Lots of stone walls, as we can see from both teams. Is Teal preparing something here again? But I don't think that's a good idea. It's really uphill. They can reinforce really quickly here from castles and stables. Ah, purple is interested in pushing either on yellow or on red. Okay. And now this looks much better with the plumes in the back. These halbs can actually do something. Siege workshops here, they will push out some more rams. Yep, here's one for example. And more barracks coming up. Yeah, this trade here looks... Oh, look at that. Big raid here. Good thing I checked the trade. But yeah, Vietnam is on it. Plumed archers, paladins from ACCM. Few Mangudai, few paladins. Took out a town center here and quite a few trade cards, so that's a good achievement here for China. But here the trade is going down for China as well. This market here is already in the range of the plumed archers. Now they're making it shorter. If the plumes actually get on this hill, they have to move further and further, and yeah, the trade will get shorter. It's quite obvious, I think. And there's Vienna's cool now with his brand new Mangudai. A couple of minutes ago he had no army whatsoever. Oh, and is this actually a good idea here from Teal, running into 3 castles? Yeah, he's turning around immediately. Okay, now let's see. Yep, ACCM is in. Not much though, that's 2 rams, bombard towers coming up. Then here. Yeah, plumes on the hill, as expected. More and more rams coming up, and a lot of hopes coming from all these buildings around the area. Oh, it's a market, it's not a castle actually. A castle here would have helped actually. I really think so. Here are the last remaining units. Did they just send out this trade card just to get rid of the paladins? That would be clever. That's okay. Here the raid ended really for China, but it was a successful one, I think. So far there's not too much raiding. A few paladins here we can see. Is that just 1? No, 2 dead trade cards, 3 and so on. But it's not as massive. Still, ACCM is in the trade line now, and these paladins will kill more and more as time goes on. And blue is really securing this hill here. Siege ram upgrade has been completed. Yeah, this is looking very, very good for Vietnam now. Pretty sure they will take the game. Comparing the team scores, so 15,500 against 18,500. So 3,000 score difference. And that, I know in the late game scores don't tell you too much, but we're just at 1 hour. It's not like a 2 hours game. And if you do the maths, then 3,000 out of 15,000 is actually quite something. Okay, now here comes the push from Teal. I said earlier it's not a good idea to push in this bot again, and it looks like Vietnam is ready for it, so it's not even the surprise factor helping. Yeah, the Mangudai are not close enough here to protect the rams. I mean, the Mangudai can sit here all day. Vietnam won't mind. The castle is the important one here. It's the positional target in this situation. Okay, now the paladins will go for the Mangudais. And this is a big loss now for Teal, I think. He invested quite a lot. Lots of siege rams, quite a few Mangudai. So Teal will be quite fed up, I think. Starting to think of GG, and well, here it is. Here, very similar. Very similar. Blue gaining ground all the time. It was a small win actually for red. They pushed back blue to some extent. But here this push kind of failed. What happened here in the middle? Oh, I think that was really it. The failed push here, better trade for Vietnam. Score was skyrocketing, right? 20,000 against 15,000, so Vietnam gained really quickly 2k score while China, stagnated. Okay, gonna update really quickly the score. That's the 1-0 for Vietnam A. Let's go through the achievements. Messages. Okay. Military stats. Yeah, here Vienna's Yellow received a sling. Pretty good kill and loss ratio. Moonlight was Hans 2 and received a sling. Almost 2-1 loss. Well, towards the end he took a beating probably. In the beginning it was better. But again he had some Some fights with paladins I wouldn't have taken. Lost some units there as well. Anyway, back T, largest army with Mayans, not a big surprise. Mayans can, yeah, get their numbers up really quickly. Trade profit. Okay. Let's actually do the maths really quickly. I'll get my calculator out. Hit F9, go to the calculator. So that's 20 plus 7 plus, let's call it 10 plus 4, let's say. Yeah, that's 41,000. Did I take that into account? Yeah, okay, then this one, let's call it 7.5, no, wrong. I need a script for this, I can't do maths in my head. That's something machines should do for us, in my opinion. Okay, 7.5 plus 2 plus 8 plus 6. That's 23, so almost double the trade really for China. I really wanted, sorry, for Vietnam, just 23 roughly for China Sea. So I wanted to see if the corners, like the control over the corners and the trade distance, actually has such a huge impact. Of course, the number of trade cards plays into that as well, but yeah, really you want to have the corners. Okay, let's go back and get game number 2 going. Alright. Is it live? Well, I am commentating live right now. The game was played last weekend. And it has not been streamed live, so this is the first time we're actually showing it on the stream. Was just a really bad time for all the streamers, and yeah, here we are. Yep, game number 2. That's gonna be the home map for China Sea. So I'm curious which map they chose. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's reveal the map. It is islands and 3 versus 3. Yes, they can decide actually if it's 3v3 or 4v4. And back T is in the flank position. Alright, let's start with him then. He is Vikings in orange, and his map looks alright to me. Golds are fine, wood looks fine, stones, yeah, okay. Who is he up against? That's World Chief DJ. I've actually seen this guy before. Again, another 2K player. Most Western AOC players don't know much about. So let's see how he does. He's Vikings as well, so that's a fair matchup. His golds and forests look fine as well. Alright. On the other flank we have 31 underscore. Got these names, seriously. But I'll go with it. If players change their names all the time, then they can't really expect the streamers to know them all. So 31 it is. Okay, so Hans. This gold here is not ideal. It's kind of squeezed in between 2 forests, so you have to actually walk around to mine it from 2 sides. This one here is nice. Here, yeah, straight line can be pushed. Okay. Okay, then he is up against Fang Xiao Qi. That's what I pronounce it now. Hope that's good enough. And he's Japanese. Okay, this gold looks fine. This one, yep, it's alright. This tiny lake doesn't matter too much. Stone, yeah, getting the boar soon, I guess. We're at population 11, so it's about time. Yep, here it is. Okay. Island can be so bugged, really. I'm glad there are no problems here with these maps. This one is not pretty, but again, it's not bugged. You know, like half of it can be mined, so and this one is preferable anyway. Okay. The pocket players are still remaining. We have Moonlight as Hans. He's in the pocket position, and yeah, with the golds I've just shown. Fish is more important for the pockets, really. Here, again, extra island. Yep, bearing stone, so that's a shame. Usually this would have been a nice position for a dog, but
an enemy now.
Oh god, every time this guy does something, we get the taunt or what? So I'll actually go for mute. Okay. No more 31 taunts in this game. Well, he can build either towards the back or the front. It's just unlucky that here, in this area between the two islands, there's just never much fish. It's just like that. Okay, pocket player for Vietnam. Vietnam Human here. He's better known as ACCM. He's used that name for a while now. And he's Japanese. Okay, so Japanese against Huns. I'm not an expert on water. By no means. Both Vikings in the flank position again. And then Vietnamese Huns switched, really. It's kind of even, right? If you take Vikings out of the equation, Huns and Japanese are both really good on water. So the outcome could go any way, if you ask me. Probably with Huns you can go faster to Imperial, but I think in Feudal, Early Castle, Japanese should be able to keep up with Huns. I think the difference shows later, when the Japanese bonus is not that valuable anymore. Alright. Okay, we're at minute 7. I'm gonna go a little faster here until the first players reach feudal age. We can see the loom coming in. That's usually a sign for the players to click up soon. And yeah, there was the garrison. No, it didn't work. Wait one sec. I can do that usually. Allow audio tones. No thanks. Okay. Okay, back team. First one to click up. Then followed by player in yellow. Then blue. Okay, yellow and blue. Neck in neck, really. And back T seems to have, well, a small advantage. That's 16 seconds, but then again with the dock distance that evens it out again. Back T docked here in the corner and red towards the middle. So that is that. Okay. Between yellow and blue, actually, where did they dock? Yellow in the front and blue pretty much to the front as well here at the side of his island. Yeah, now he's really going forward. Okay, let's go on normal speed again and follow the action. Question from the chat. I am commentating live, but the games were played this weekend. We were not able to show them live because, well, of the time zone or the time difference. And on Monday there's less going on, so we have time for this now. Alright. Two versus two situation here. Who had the first shot? Yeah, some micro going on now. Oops, and back T got house. Really want to avoid that in early feudal. That's like one of the most avoidable mistakes. Okay. Yeah, looking already standard. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 lumber camps, gold, just to pump out as many galleys as possible. 2 Okay, what are the pockets doing? Let's take a look at the fish. That usually gives it away. We see 14 fishing ships for ACCM in purple, and in green we can see 6. So how to interpret that now? I would say that ACCM is taking a risk, and the benefit you would get is a faster castle age time. If green plays it really aggressive to kill off some fishing ships, then that's a bad investment for ACCM, but so far it looks like green is not anywhere close to him, so these extra fishing ships actually pay off. His flank though could go belly up, right? If you are busy fish booming and you let your flank die 2v1, and that's obviously not a good investment either. So yeah, that's what I love about this game. There's always pros and cons, dilemmas all over the place, and you have to make the right decisions. Every few seconds you have big decisions to make. Okay. Now some nice raiding here from back team. Sniping off some fishing ships with just 2 galleys. Now he's running into the main navy here from red, from World Chief. Yellow is on his way here. Will he actually reach the fishing ships from ACCM? Just one lonely galley here. Green has the pocket with 3 units. Oh nice, Bakhti is actually killing more fishing ships. That's good achievement with little effort, or yeah, small investment really, just 2 army units. Okay, now yellow seems to be in an okay position here. I don't know why blue is allowing this. Let's compare the scores. 14 against 14, so in terms of military they have the same numbers. This dock here, well, it is on half HP more or less, so will not go down too soon. And there's the yellow galleys. And all the fishing ships had to go for Vietnam Human. Right now they're here. So this worked out nicely for yellow. Scores look a little better for Vietnam. Let's see. Oh, nice snipe. That's 2 galleys for free, just because he caught Red of God here. And there's the castle age for ACCM, so yeah, if you get tons and tons of fishing ships, you obviously can go up to castle faster. Now, let's see if this will actually pay off. Military count for ACCM, that's 9, 10 now. He lost against green. Yeah, that's his opposing pocket. Green should actually kill as much as possible now, because he won't be up in castle anytime soon. Not at all. Okay then. Okay, now I think now it's the time for ACCM to turn this around. He needs to get his numbers up because he has to take advantage. And as soon as green will hit castle, it goes the other way around, so now it's really the time to strike. Let's check on this side. Bakhti with 29 military against red 25. And Bakhti is actually an awesome water player, I think. I don't know how good World Chief DJ is on water, but Haven't seen him play in big 1v1 tournaments yet, and Bacti has shown that he can actually play with, well, the world elite on water maps. Okay, here these last few galleys will be chased away now by these war galleys. No Bodkin arrow though yet for Vietnam Human. How's it going between blue and yellow? Let's take a look. Just by the way, I'm keeping an eye on the chat, so if you guys have any questions or you want me to check up on something, then just let me know. Okay. This was a good snipe here for red. Oh, but dog got denied, villager down. That's nice again for Bacti. More than 200 score lead for Bacti, and oh god, castle age around 25-30% maybe for red. While Bacti is up, he will have Bodkin, he will have war galley in a second, and then it's really time for red to get out of this spot here. Okay, Bacti is flaring. Not sure if ACCM will actually go there. He's rather on the left-hand side of the map. How many army units does green have? That's 25? What was he doing here? Okay, he was fighting blue. Blue was trying to raid the fishing ships here from green, and there's not many left, so that looks like a successful raid here. But now I think we'll see one of the first big and maybe decisive fights. Score difference 200 lead for Vietnam A. Hello, let's improve on the Twitch chat. Okay, well, what is ACCM doing? He just sailed up north, now he's going down south again. He hasn't done too much. He has defended his fishing ships so far. It's minute 23.5 now. Yeah, he should start to go aggressive, because it's really, well, going okay for Bacti so far, but he can't play 2v1 forever. Now the castle age upgrades are actually going through for red. Yeah. Time to go back for Bacti now. Again, pun was not intended. Even though it's so lame, it's good again. Well, who cares? Yellow, let's check his numbers. That's 20 military, and he's up against blue, that's 25. So, not decided really. Again, a dog that could go down for blue. Here, this one went down, this one is almost gone. So, oh, blue is landing. That's what's going on. That's why there's so little ships on the water for these two guys. 1, 2, 3 villagers dead here, and yellow is off from gold. Where's the second gold for him? Okay, and that looks safe. This one farmer, yep, down. Stone walls here and the tower will keep all these villagers safe. Nice landing though. Siege workshop is coming up. And it's actually cool he landed in the back of Fang Xiaoqi's base. Who would have expected that? And just take a look at the minimap. I thought there was just, you know, this lake here or some water, but blue is really hard to spot on water maps. Okay, let's see how this goes now. Bacti, 2 versus 1 situation. ACCM should move in. Yeah, galleys down for Bacti. ACCM needs to help here as soon as possible. Numbers for ACCM 36, starting to sound good. Yeah, and they should hit at the same time. Bacti immediately turning around. That's pretty good actually. So 7+2, 7+2, so same upgrades for all the players here in this battle. And here's the mangonel now for blue. Crossbowman upgrade has been done. Just... oh! Villagers going for the mangonel, but yeah, 2 knights out. With Hans, yeah, why not? As a villager here, could repair the mangonel even. But I think this water battle here is way more important. ACCM, yeah, well, he engaged first in the fight, took way more hits than Back T, in the second half of the battle at least. And yeah, now ACCM is actually really low in numbers here, and Back T might be in the position to push away China Sea from this area. He has access to all the fish here, that is awesome for Back T. Yeah, looks like yellow and blue are really playing an islands 1v1. There's not much engagement from the pockets at all. And then 2 versus 2 here on this side. ACCM needs to bring everything now. Again, same situation as like 3 minutes ago. Back T has good numbers, but he cannot fight 2v1 all the time. 53 against 20 and 27. Well, maybe he can. But again, it's a narrow area. It's not easy to get all ships into position to fire at the same time. So yeah, ACCM can do something as well. Well, and right now he's wasting units. It's not great. Okay, now Back T is trying to gain ground, now that China was actually chasing ACCM here a little. That's Moonlight and World Chief DJ. How's the 1v1 going here? Well, the town center is down, kind of expected. Yellow is trying to use his galleys, but he can't. 3 mangonels out. That's actually enough firepower to take out watchtowers, I think. Yeah, looking at the chat, coordination, purple and orange is not great, ACCM fails at timing. I agree, this could be way better, and especially in a tournament game, they should use voice chat and they could time this perfect, really. But now, this has been far from perfect. I think we've seen that. Okay, ACCM again has messed up some units. 29 military. Back T on 66, yeah. Strong play from Back T. Scores are kind of close. I think that is mainly due to the early fishing here from ACCM. He could develop his economy faster. Now he's using the market as well. And he clicked up to Imperial. Coin just coming up from blue. He can probably just sling. If you compare the scores, 3,100 against 4,400 for player in blue. So yeah, that's always really valuable if a player can go 1v1 and actually win his side alone. If both would be, you know, at the same skill or playing the same strategy, I think here it's rather the strategy that decided it. Full water against a landing. Then you don't win anything or you don't lose anything, right? It just doesn't add anything to the outcome. But here, Blue really helped his team. If Vietnam loses this game, then it's really back to and ACCM to blame. I think Blue played this really impressive. Now, Green, Moonlight. Very low army count if you ask me. That's 14, 15 and now 11 for Red. So add that up, that's 25 ships on the water. If Black T and ACCM would push, yeah, they're actually doing damage already. Then this is over. I think when ACCM hits Imperial, it's a good time to call it at the latest when Black T reaches Imperial. Careening is coming up for Vietnamese players as well. No careening here. Yeah, you see, that's the +1 armor here, careening. That really helps. There's the Imperial from ACCM. Oh, that's a message from the game. I thought I got a message from Fire, but no. No love from Fire. Anyway. No, the game was pretty much decided. Here comes the Imperial time from Back T now. And yeah. And there's the GG. Just as I thought. When Back T reaches Imperial, that's really giving it away. Okay. Very strong play from Vietnam on water. And I think China Sea overall is stronger on land than on water. On Arabia, on land Nomad, on yeah, all these land-based maps, they look super strong. Here on water, I think they could do better. But again, these are players we didn't know really like half a year ago, most of us at least. So still a very strong performance. Okay. Score 2-0 for Vietnam. Quickly going through the achievements. Back T, very good, more than a 2-to-1 ratio here. ACCM even. 16 raised buildings, that's cool here from 31. Or DJ, 2-to-1 negative ratio here. Moonlight, yeah, similar. Back T played it awesome. Well, as I said, he's one of the strongest players on water. Out of these 6, for sure, I think. Okay. Was there any real sling going on? Well, yeah, Blue sent a couple of resources over to Back T, but nothing major. Okay, let's go back. I actually need like, let's say 30 seconds, a minute, to go to the bathroom quickly, and then we'll continue with game number 3, which is the home map for Vietnam. Okay, so be back in a second, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. Again, for everyone who just tuned in, this is the Nations Cup round of 16 knockout stage, so every team losing here is out of the tournament, so quite dramatic games. And yeah, on the weekend there's been so much going on, we were not able to stream every single one. And yeah, especially with the American time zones, with the Far East Asian time zones, we couldn't cover them. So here we are with Vietnam A against China C. We haven't streamed these games before. The recorded games, I actually wanted to stream them yesterday evening, but the recorded games were just posted this morning, I think, on AOC Zone. So yeah, I haven't seen them. Not sure how the games went. What was the home map of China? That was Islands, the game I've just finished casting. So yeah, I'm not sure why they chose Islands, because I think, at least my impression is, right, they are strong on land maps. But yeah. Okay. Game number 3 then. Have to select it here. By the way, if you're interested how to watch a recorded game on Woobly, that is it really. You click on settings, you click on watch recording, you select it from your list in the save game folder, and that's it. Okay, game number 3, where is it hiding? Yeah, there it is. Next game. Maybe back team mixed up the order, and it was really Islands for Vietnam, and here we have Nomad. So maybe it was Nomad, but I don't know. This is the order I have here from the recorded game, so I'll just follow through the order in which the games get played. Doesn't really matter anyway, so yeah, here we are. Game number 3 between Vietnam and China C in the knockout stage in the Side China Nations Cup 2. In the first few seconds the players need to, well, find a proper spot to build their town center. Some civilizations, you know, build their docks. It really depends on the villager distribution. If your villager is like on the other end of the map and in a corner position, like here for example, yeah, definitely get a dock. Okay. Okay, the players are building their town centers. Gonna be interesting who gets, well, how many resources, because a Nomad, they are sometimes really just distributed in a crazy way. Especially gold and stone can be like really lopsided, and there aren't that many natural resources. Boar, sheep, hunt. It's really random. On Land Nomad, for example, it's pretty standardized actually. If you know the hints how to find your spot, then you're fine. On Nomad, are there actually real spots? To me it looks really random. Okay, so here for example, orange looks okay. That's 2 boars, stone, gold, wood obviously. So he can make it to feudal and then develop from there. Teal we've just seen, that's 1 boar, more sheep to find here, and 2 boars. So yeah, that's pretty good. Towards the end of his land here there's gold, so very nice here for CBG Lang. Villager fight. Okay, let's see how this is going. No, they stopped it. Oh, come on. Will he lame the boar now? Palisade wall is coming up. This villager is on 10 HP. Yeah. Yeah, nice one here from ACCM. Early action there. What is blue doing? Yeah, question from the chat. All gold on the right corner. That's what I meant earlier. Gold and stone can be like really unfair on Nomad. Now let's see who has probably control over this corner. Lang is close there, but apart from him, who else is building there? No one really. There's purple, that's ACCM. Back T is here on the left-hand side as well. And where's ACCM building actually? Go to his point of view. Sorry, ACCM 31. Player in blue. Misclick. Here he is, so in the top position. Alright. Difficult for green, I think. Nah, shouldn't really happen. Green should not get isolated because red is there. Rather, blue can get pushed here towards the north, I think. He's really in a 2v1 situation there. So that was a successful ball steal here. Still, 2 boars, quite some sheep, that is fine. Oops, 31 got housed for a second. Villager counts, that's always an important one. 13, 8 and 9 against 9, 12 and 10. Okay. What went wrong there for green? Let's go to his TC again. Well, he's Vikings, so no extra villagers or no bonuses in Dark Age at all. His dock position looks fine. He is next to blue though, and Persians usually can go up quicker, but could be dangerous. But again, usually Persians won't go for water. Ah, now he ran out of fish, so now he needs to explore more. Yeah, and he just flared. Okay. Enough big fish. Still, that's good. And a dock in the middle lake, I didn't mention this. This lake is not connected to the rest of the water, so it's really a lake to fight over independently. And lots of fish in the south, obviously. So much water there, so there has to be some fish. Okay. Boars coming up. Okay, yeah. I can maybe go a little faster until the players reach Fuel Age, because right now this is, well, Dark Age, gathering resources. I don't see any crazy palisade walls coming up. So let's just go at 75% recorded game speed here. And as soon as the first player hits feudal, I'll go normal speed again. I think that is a good idea. Anything else I've missed so far? Now some palisades are coming up from green. I think that makes sense. He didn't have the best of starts. Population 18, 23 and 19 for his teammates. 19, 20, yeah. Scores really close. Back T, the first one to go up to feudal. That's gonna be 13:38, and then a bunch of players here in between minute 14 and 15. Outpost here from blue. Okay, normal speed again. Back T has his dock up here, and there is hardly anywhere an army unit close, so that's gonna be fine. This fish is safe there. So on land, what is he gonna do? Building in the middle. Now, well, it's not the middle, it's already the outside water, it's just a really big bay here. And he's sharing with Teal, with Lang. Okay, that's Mayans against each other. Is Bacti actually getting a galley here in this one? That would be interesting. Nope. He's going up to castle straight away, so... well, if Vietnam Human, if ACCM is doing the work for him, then yeah, why bother? Makes perfect sense. Looks like green will go for a sling. I saw the walls earlier, could have actually added up 1 and 1. Viking on Nomad walling earlier, yeah, that's a sling. Okay. Middle lake, who's flaring? Oh yeah, Bacti found this. But who else is in the middle? That's a big question. Wait, I just heard villagers doing stuff. Ah, here it is. Red is pushing away blue. Okay. Ah, God. This villager had a head start, but I think with 4 villagers it should go up much faster. 500 to 600. Okay, now this red tower is actually in the lead. It was kind of obvious that blue would be in trouble, right? He's close to green. Well, green is slinging, but red was super close. Like, you see, you can actually fit the TCs on one screen here, show a little bit of both. And there goes the tower rush. We can quickly check if there's a sling already in the works or not. Nope, nothing attributed yet. Okay, back to the normal view. By the way, I got a cool hint from PKZ. You can use the mouse wheel to change the views here. You see mouse up and down. But when I play, I actually use the mouse wheel, so... yeah. So I can't really get it into my head. Okay, 31 here, player in blue, dropping another tower. That's actually nice there. He's holding his position against the player in castle age. Let's just see how long he can keep up the pressure. Oh, and this villager walled herself in. It's a female vill. This tower caught another villager. And walls coming up to the back, because you never know what Back T and ACCM have in mind there. Well, ACCM will probably transition into a sling. We can see the coinage coming here from green, so yep, wasn't really a hard guess what he would do there with his stone walls as a Viking. And here comes the first tribute. 200 food, 200 gold, and it's going to Moonlight, to red. So I think blue could be in trouble if it doesn't reach castle age very soon. Let's check his resources. Doesn't look great at all. Well, yeah, a tower rush drains your economy. Nice fast walls here, defending his villagers. What's going on here? Yeah, a wall coming up from Moonlight, from red. Okay then. siege workshop is there from red, so he will start taking out all these towers. Don't think it's gonna pay up for blue. He will be in serious trouble in like 5 to 10 minutes. For Lang, yeah. Going for a Persian boom here. A Mayan boom. And there's fire ships now. Yeah, 2 fire ships against 5 feudal age galleys. It sounds actually good. Are there any fishing ships left? Yeah, ACCM has some. Bakhti not so much, but he had his basically private corner and he could take the fish on this entire coastline here, so yeah, Bakhti should be alright. Scores actually look really good for Vietnam. It's only blue who's well, suffering at the moment. Okay, let's compare the sling. Oops, I missed it. Let's go back. Here it is. 855 compared to 1400, so a stronger sling from green, so far at least. Okay. Okay, Mayans building another town center here at gold. Yeah, I think Lang will have a very strong economy in a very short amount of time. Mayans really don't need much, their resources last 20% longer. So, yeah. Are they not on TeamSpeak? They're typing in the chat here, Team Vietnam. Alright then. Well, who knows, maybe some of them play in an internet cafe. We know a lot of Vietnamese players do that actually, so if it's noisy then you cannot really use voice chat. Rather distracts your teammates, right? Okay, so Blue walled himself in. I think that's a good idea. But now, he's still in feudal age. He can't go for a mangonel defense, and there's 3 rams and a mangonel coming for him. These knights here, as soon as they're finished with the tower, will be there as well. And oh, red actually got in. He just wanted to wall up this spot, and there he is. Walling in the back now. There's an outpost, so you can see the knights coming soon. Yep, walling already. That's a good call, I think. But as I said, he will be in trouble, and he is now. So, Bakhti has to really save this game for his team. Let's compare the villager count maybe between Teal, Lang, that's 70, he's the Mayan player, and 67 for Bakhti, also Mayan. Military 16 against 7, so Bakhti is getting some army out. Will he add pressure on the slinger? That's usually an easy target, but well, you need siege. Bakhti is walling towards this side. I think that's a good idea. Here's a gate coming up to let red in if it's needed. And now, yeah. Wall is open. Villagers destroyed 2 rams. But the knights will take out these villagers, no problem. Ah, he walled again. Huh. Buying some time. Green has actually some galleys, and he took out the fishing ships from Bakhti meanwhile. So that's nice. Good scouting from green there. And the ram here could actually attack another piece of wall there. Question from the chat. Does Woobly get money if I click on them? Well, if we run an ad, like we sometimes do that between games, then yes. If you don't have an ad blocker, then yes. That's sense really, it's not much. But right now, no. Okay. 2 mangonels now, that's good to keep away these villagers here. Battering ram is coming up. Yeah, it's really a race now between Lang, 93 villagers, against 78 from Back T. Well, he really wants to hit the slinger here, while Lang can't do much at the moment. Well, he could try to push through this bot here, but it would take time, and Back T can obviously defend if he wants to. So it might be a good idea to boom up. There's no rush for Lang at the moment. And Blue is actually doing a good job here, surviving, or well, holding at least. Not sure he will survive in the end, because it's looking grim. Does he have villagers somewhere else? Yeah, he might get defeated. Red could actually build an outpost here and check for all escapes, or well, possibilities to escape really. Why is he building a tower here now that covers exactly 1 farm? Maybe 2, but yeah. Okay, population for Blue is down to 23 villagers, and I think Red will be in soon. Back T is now actually deciding to go for Lang. So, is he really going for 2 sides now? Well, yeah, he has capped rams. Still feudal age for green. There's no chance to defend in feudal age against siege, really. Here's another petard, and yep, that's enough. Back T can get in, he can just run through with the plumed archers here. He is an Imperial, they are elite. Bracer has been researched. And okay, now this is a big decision. Is Lang actually going for eagles instead of plumes? That takes some more time, doesn't it? Let me go back to the normal point of view. Castle coming up. Does he have more than that? Oh, he just landed. Interesting one, but Back T saw it immediately. ACCM is there as well. So I think Back T could stop this. Does he have any plumes near? Yes, he's on the way already. Yeah, still needs to move on further. How is it looking for green? Yeah, just a matter of time. Where is he going now? He's going towards Red's area, so he will not lose everything like Blue could. Actually really worried for Blue. 23 villagers. I think they're all here, if I'm not mistaken. Did he sneak out a villager somewhere? Maybe I missed it, but no, it looks like that to me. Green is locating to all the area here. Yep, he already built a town center next to gold. Okay, now Back T moving further. ACCM. Is he still slinging? We could actually take a quick look. Oh god, I always hit F11 twice, my bad. How does the sling look? That's 6,000 and, well, 5,500 from green, so similar. Not a big difference. Well, these few villagers won't make a big difference anyway. Green has moved on. The interesting place on the map is this one here. How is it going between Bakhti and Lang? Bakhti on 7,500, Lang on 5,800 score. Cavalier upgrade, plate mail armor coming up for red, so soon we will see Persian paladins here. There's a few eagles. It looks like Bakhti actually did not stop this landing. Now there's a lot of barracks and eagle warriors. +4 defense, 1 attack, and no Eldorado researched yet. Oh, it is coming up though. Take a look here. Second castle is coming up. Bakhti has walled here. This side is still open though, and he's going now, I think. That's 3-4 builders. Pretty sure he will wall off this section there. How's the push looking here? That's 1 trebuchet targeting this castle. 1 coming up from Bakhti himself. It's close on paper. Bakhti has a much better score. But that's due to the sling, I guess. Blue obviously cannot sling much more. But green was slinging the Persian, so... Do you want to sling the Persian or do you want to sling the Mayan? That's a question that's not easy to answer. It's not straightforward. Military count 98. Red has 30. Why does red only have 30 units out? Of course he took some time and resources here to push back blue, but he should definitely have more than 30 army units now. Okay, castle is down for Bakhti. And he needs rams. He definitely needs rams to push in, well, somewhere. And yes, there is a hole. So, more and more eagles coming in, but I think the hole is not the biggest problem for Bakhti. He really could have seen this landing here. He had a fire ship here, so he had the exploration, but he allowed actually 2, 4, 7 more barracks to come up, and that really was the mistake, I think. Now that's eagles everywhere in his economy. And the scores have changed. Lang is in the lead. Bakhti sitting outside. Let's go to his point of view, maybe check his resources. Hardly any gold. Yep, that is becoming really the problem now. Here's, well, a little gold left. Blue does not have access to gold anymore. And yeah, as we said in the beginning of this game, most of the gold is on the right-hand side here of the map. ACCM is getting control on the water, but I don't think it will turn the game around. And yeah, Bakhti, I wondered why he's sitting here and just not doing much. Well, he has no gold. Even rams cost 75 gold. Lang can just hold here, and with all the barracks, he can keep raiding Bakhti. Yeah. By now, well, that's a small win, but I think overall Lang is really well developed now. He has almost endless access to gold. Yeah, ACCM as a Viking is still slinging, but he can't sling gold. That's the problem here for Vietnam. We can see dead villagers all over the place. Population is on 173, but that's mostly army, I think. Yeah, 143. So he has just 30 villagers left or so. And that's a lot of eagles now. With this amount of eagles you could kill ACCM completely. And here, yeah, but he cannot push. He decided to go for red. Red is just waiting to get Paladin upgrade, which takes some time. Conscription is coming up for red, so I think as soon red will hit back T here. Oh, there are hobs coming up. That's a good idea, but it's not... Is it gonna be enough? I don't think so, to be honest. Yeah, these eagles are super strong now. 100 HP, 9 plus 4 attack, 3 plus 4 pierce armor. That's what you need against archer units. Yeah, green is fine, continuing his dirty work there with the sling. No, honestly, that's quite normal as a Viking on Nomad. You go for a Grush and then you transition to sling, because both is just really strong with Vikings. Okay, now here come the Paladins, fully upgraded, I think. And the halbs are not in front of the plumes as they should be. They are next to them, even partly behind them. And that is not the greatest of positions. Could have put the plumes maybe here, halbs a little bit in front. This is not a good fight for Barry. What are these eagles doing here? Yep, they took out another like 20 plumes. Blue somehow got a villager here. How? Just how? Did he use the water? Maybe. Does he have a dock somewhere? Or maybe it was a transport ship from ACCM, who knows? Because the water kind of belongs... Yeah, here's more blue villagers. The water kind of belongs to Vietnam, but that does not matter in the late game on Nomad. The map is not shaped in a way that water will win you the game. And there's the GG. Blue was out of the game for the last 20 minutes or so. Green was actually able to migrate, so that's one big difference. But I think what really decided the game was the gold distribution. It is almost impossible to scout because you start with villagers. You don't get any stables or scouts too soon because it just hurts your eco. If Vietnam had just known that the scout is mostly on the right hand side of the map, they would have fought for it and get access somewhere. Like here, for example. This is a lot of gold. Bakhti could have mined it. But no. Gold really costs Vietnam the game here. So, updating the score. That's the 2-1. China scoring the first one. Or, yeah, first game here. Achievements. Any big surprises here? I don't think so. Yeah, I think the sling is probably the most important one. Barry, Bakhti, has received 11,000 resources. Yeah, okay. And then Lang only 2,500, Moonlight 7,000. So the sling from Green was actually not all that strong. But it was just a very good boom from Lang here, and it showed. Bakhti was able to go to Imp to start attacking much faster than Lang, but yeah. Lang just walled up, and actually the landing still... I can't get it out of my head. Bakhti should not have allowed the landing at all. He was able to see it. If he would have stopped that landing, I think Vietnam would have had a good chance, but like that, no. Okay, going back for game number 4. 31 is yellow. Well, why did he change his name? Because he played as Vian as yellow in the first game, I think. But alright, that's good to know. Thank you, Johnny Lee. L-Y. Okay, looking at the chat. Green deleted his town center. Yes, I think so. I mean, it was kind of obvious. Back-T was coming for him, so it was actually a good decision to delete the town center and build somewhere else. Otherwise, yeah, in feudal you cannot have more than one town center. Does a trap kill a battering ram in one hit? No, because I think a battering ram has a lot of armor. Okay. So, selecting game number 4, just a sec. Here it is, watch recording. Oh god, these file names are super long. I have to make the window bigger to see them actually. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of games. Come on, why can I not find game 4 here? Okay, I got it. I just got confused because it says Nomad for game 4, but it was game 3 with Nomad as well, so yeah, that's what it is. Let's go. Okay, so this is the Nomad map for game number 4 between Vietnam A and China C. Here in the knockout stage in the South China Nations Cup. Again, the name kind of gives it away. The team that loses this match in, well, it's a best of 7 setup, will be out of the tournament. So there's a lot at stake here. So I have to pay some attention here. The early town center placement is already crucial. I'll just quickly bring back the chat. Here it is. Okay. So ACCM building here in the, let's say 8 o'clock position. He does have gold. 2 golds even. Well, this boar is a little far. Just 2 deer. Hardly ever see that. More deer here. This is just some shorefish, not really worth mentioning. Overall, probably okay. He is Persian, so he has extra resources. He can sustain the town center production a bit longer. And he will find these boars now, I think. Yep, he just built a dock and he's running straight past these boars. So if worst comes to worst, he can just send like, I don't know, 5 villagers there. Build a mill or whatever. Okay, so ACCM is alright. Then for red, what is there for red? Not much at first sight, really. Gold, okay. But in Dark Age, you're not really interested in gold. He's Vikings. That's 1 sheep for him. Second one scouting here. Doesn't look great at all here for red. This is gonna be a rocky start for him. You can tell straight away. Even with the Vikings bonus, right? Cheaper dock, that means, well, more wood to spend on fishing ships. This is not gonna be easy for Fang Shao Ki in red here. Okay, then in blue, who do we have? We have Persians, okay. looking around, sorry. That's 3 boars really close. Stone and gold, well, yeah, he has access to gold, clearly. That's fine. It's a really good position actually for blue here, for Moonlight. Next player. Here in orange we have Back T, playing as Mayans. Yeah, he likes his Mayans and he seems to like orange in this set at least. Resources for him, there's a boar, then berry is quite close. Stone is fine. Boar here, he just needs to find it. But it's not a lot, honestly. He could have some deer, he could have more boars. He doesn't have any food out of the town center right now. Has he actually scouted this boar there? No! Come on! Get it! Yes, he found it, and I think he will be extremely happy to get it, because in a few seconds his town center will be idle. He just got loom. No, sorry, Mayans always get loom. I forgot, but yeah. There will be idle time in the TC, which is never great. Okay, next player. In green we have VNS Cool. And let's check out the resources for him. Here's a sheep. This boar here is actually closer to teal. So yeah, this will be very tough for green. I think VNS Cool and here red, Fang Shaoqi, are not in an easy spot at all. In addition to that, actually look at CBJ Lang. He's very close to green. He could add some pressure. That's Mayans against Vikings. Oh, this is bad for Vietnam. You want Vikings in a safe position, and VNS Cool, yeah, just scored the opposite really. Bad spot in terms of resources, and he's next to a superior land civilization really. Looking at the chat, yeah, it has a lot of water. Kind of true, but in the middle, or let's say the middle lake, is not really big. You can see some spots with big fish, but it's not too much. Overall, I would say it's a normal Nomad map. It's not an awful lot of water, not an awful lot of land. Just average, I think. Or coming in for blue. There's a boar for red. I'm sure he will be happy to get this one. He has 2 sheep here as well, so yeah, maybe not the worst of starts. We can take a look at the villager count though. That's 13. He's 1 villager behind Persians, which is, well, not bad, considering the circumstances. Villagers here. What? Did there just a villager disappear for VNS Cool, or am I going crazy now? Anyway. Is there maybe a villager fight somewhere? Anyway, so... boar coming in. Good job here. Spotting a boar. Was kind of far from the town center. And is he going for this one now? That would be really cheeky. Let's take a look. VNS Cool. Where is he going to? He's just scouting randomly here by the looks. He found some deer. And no, he's actually not hunting. He just sent away the hunter from the town center. And okay, just walling this up here. If he continues the wall, maybe he runs into the boar, but it's unlikely, I think. Let's see. Quite some fishing ships out here for teal. Let's compare the numbers. 6, 7 and 9 here for China Sea. 7, 7 and 6. Okay. More fishing ships for Vietnam overall. It's Moonlight and red, they share here. Back T and ACCM in a corner. Here, for example, I wouldn't say there's a lot of fish at all. So yeah, this is gonna run out very soon. And then the other dogs, yeah, VNS Cool and CBJ Lang, they will probably get into a fight. And then on the right hand side, I don't see any dogs at the moment, so still some fish left, but not too much really. I think the land will become more important in this one, especially with the middle lake not being of any importance, I think. Okay, fuel age is coming up for ACCM. Yeah, his TC looks okay. That is it one boar or even two boars? Oh, sorry, I'm blind. That's 3 dead boars at least. I was looking at something red here, but no, that's fine. 3 boars. Just reached fuel age. He is the Persian player. And there will be red up in a second. That's Vikings. Back T following swiftly. Question from the chat. Alt G, and that's actually a good idea to see the distribution, like how the teams are made up. So we're on the point of view from VNS Cool. His allies are left and right, and his opponents are, well, at the bottom. We've seen that. I think Lang might add some pressure onto him soon, and in the back. So it's, yeah, it's an interesting setup here. We can switch to another player to get the Chinese perspective. Maybe let's go to Lang. So yeah, that's what it looks like for China. They're kind of split up here. Okay. Market and blacksmith coming up. Back T is advancing to Castle H. Okay. Sounds like a good time to me. Well, 18 minutes, I think that is average. ACCM clicked up faster. Now there is Moonlight, Double Bit Axe and so on. Yeah, the regular economy upgrades. Is there any action on the water yet? Have they found each other at all? I think they will be just happy to exploit all the fish here, and then these fishing ships won't matter too much anyway. Maybe they can relocate, but now they don't have villagers close. Green could go there, that's VNS Cool, yeah. Villager is here. He could drop a dog, I don't know, here somewhere, to get access to this site, but again, there's not much fish in this corner. Okay, speaking of the devil, there's a crush going on now. Mayans actually chasing... Vikings chasing the Mayan here. Well, yeah, VNS Cool is kind of supposed to crush and then sling. I wonder if these walls will stand. So far it's palisade walls mostly. CBJ Lang showed that he can play in the last game. Pulled a nice Mayan boom there. Then landed, raided in an awesome way, so he's a strong player. Proved that. Okay, on top. Yeah, blue and red here form an alliance, obviously, and Back T will probably have to go up against them. And ACCM, yeah, Persians. Never easy to decide what to do with Persians, right? Should you go for a full boom? Should you get active in Castle Age. At least I'm never sure what's right. It depends probably on the location, on the overall situation of the team, if a teammate is in trouble or not. Okay, well, Lang obviously not too bothered about the water. It's 2 units and I don't think he will get many more. He can't really win the water against the Viking player here. And I thought VNS Cool would have a hard time here because he didn't have any boars close, but he found boars in the strangest spots, and yeah, he's in the score lead for Vietnam right now. What's going on here? Cool is building a dock. Lovely. And he was waiting for Castle Age. That's actually a nice idea. Now it really depends. Can Cool pump out enough units or not? Question from the chat. Why don't they play 4v4? Because it's really down to the teams. The rules allow it for the teams to choose. Depends who lost game 1, who lost game 2 and so on. Game 3, yada yada. And here they decided for 3v3, so the first game, 4 versus 4 Dry Arabia, is set in the rules. Most other games, yeah, teams can decide. Okay, sorry, I had to mute the mic for a second. Here's some raiding from blue. It's going for orange. That's the Persian player hitting the Mayan, but yeah, now there's a castle up. He got a villager here, and this villager is trapped, so that's, yeah, 2 villagers. That's a small win here. And Moonlight's score looks really good now. I don't know, why is Bakhti in such a strange situation? Didn't he have enough resources early on? His score is really low. He lost another villager here. There was a house coming up. Anything else? Yeah, Bakhti is walling up. He is kind of in a 2 versus 1 situation, right? Because VNS Cool will not do too much on the land. Oh, fast walling here. Interesting one. Really last second, you see it's just the tiles. He didn't even connect the walls properly. It's like tile by tile just to seal it off. Yeah, looking at the chat, blue hit orange, but again, Mayans should not really die to Persians so quickly, especially if you're called Bakhti. Something must have went really wrong there for him. Oh, Cool is sending resources to Bakhti, hitting F11. Tribute sent, well, 2,000 resources already for the Vietnamese team. 959, so close to 1,000 on the Chinese team, and it's going to blue. Alright. Oh, we just heard a conversion, so that's Bakhti converting knights there. This is actually a very good situation here, or a position rather, for Vikings. Really safe, far from everyone. The Persians here will probably not strike too soon. Anyway, he had all the time in the world to wall up. So I kind of like the red position here. I think green could get hit. Blue can always leave Bakhti alone, and I think sooner or later he will have to, because there's walls coming up. And yeah, these knights will most likely hit green sooner or later. Is he going for a castle age push? That's surprising. We hear a monk again. Ah, that's actually monks from ACCM. So ACCM hitting Lang now. That's a lot of knights. I think Lang will lose a lot here. He's outside the walls, still some distance to run here. And Lang has not walled the side. That's an interesting one. Did he not expect anyone to be on this side of the map? Alright. Yeah, comment from the chat. China D is better than China C. They actually had a small internal tournament in China before the Nations Cup to determine which team is gonna be A, B and C. And well, the outcome is kind of obvious. China C beat China D apparently. But that was months ago. Maybe China D has practiced a lot since then. Yeah, well, that's how it went. And I think that is actually a cool way to decide it. Brazil could do that. That would give us some nice recorded games before the Nations Cup, right? Okay, now here's the push from blue, and that is 4. Is it 4? 5 battering rams even. So this castle could fall. Where are the rams going now? What is he doing with the rams? Come on. Anyway, Back T is really in trouble now. Yeah, in Castle Age it's not easy for Mayans to fight against knights, especially Persian knights. They have a bonus against archer units. Back T building a siege workshop, but it's gonna be really late. There's just 2 villagers repairing. That won't really be enough to keep the castle up. This town center, these taking damage. These knights have +2, so they can fight under the town center, no problem. Nice, trying to save the villagers. Quick thinking there. How's it looking here? ACCM in purple against Lang. Lang has walled up now. Oh, that's what mains do in Castle Age, right? Okay. And VNS Cool is perfectly safe, so both Vikings players can actually sling as they please. It's really down to the Persian players now. Maybe that was the mistake here, that Vietnam decided to sling the Mayan and not to sling the Persian. Let's go to Back T. Is he still receiving resources, or are they switching to ACCM now? Another town center coming up next to gold here. On the water, it looks like VNS is fine, or just not interested, because there are still fishing ships from China Sea around. VNS Cool could take a tour and see what's going on. There were some fire ships from Lang in the beginning, but he, well, got into trouble early on, so could not really focus on water, and honestly you don't expect that from Persians really. Quite some plumes moving out now. Town center coming up here. Is this just for defensive purposes? I'm not sure. Let's go back here to blue. Took out the town center from Back T. Kind of expected. Villagers trapped big time here. Only 2 are working. Doesn't look good at all for Back T. Population 25. Wow. 2 military, 23 villagers. That's it. And actually here the Viking player from China Sea has a considerable amount of galleys. If he will hit these fishing ships, then that's a big blow to Vienna's cool. More walls going down. Not sure why he's going for this one instead of this one. Ah well, siege workshop here. So maybe Baek-T can defend a little longer. There's blue going now. Okay, that's just the town center. Imperial Age is there for blue. Husbandry coming up. Okay. And it looks like Lang can actually defend quite well against ACCM. Yeah. Like everything so far looks like it was a better idea to sling Persians. He was able not only to, well, really destroy Baek-T here, but also, as a side effect, keep the Viking player safe. I think Vienna's crew will be in trouble soon. He did not have the time or the resources, I don't know what, to be really active on water. And now blue will go for him soon as well, I think. Okay, now ACCM trying to help. Blue is getting some camels out. Well, Baek-T doesn't have any archers left, so no problem there. Another town center. Oh, and something I really like. Blue is actually not just relying on the sling, he's building his own economy. And that's what you should always do, I think. Yeah. Comment from the chat, it is 2 versus 3 right now, and yeah. I think I just said that Baek-T got killed pretty much. Population 26 now. It's really cornered here. Kind of enclave here. Alright. Okay, there is a blue knight in. How did he get in? Is there a hole somewhere? Blue knights here as well. Oh, and Vienna's cool building a tower now. No, but there will be pressure from everywhere now. Now that ACCM actually went up, Lang didn't have to defend here anymore, so Lang can focus on the Viking player. Where's ACCM at the moment? He's getting pikemen. That's already a sign. If you have to get pikemen as a Persian, you're on the back foot. I'm going to Moonlight's point of view for a second and check his army distribution. Where's he running around? Here's some camels. Where's he going to? Will he raid the economy? Well, I'm not a big fan of camels raiding, but why not? Can make some use of them. Here's some cavaliers. He has to get through here somewhere. Yeah, look how many villagers this one cavalier killed. It's crazy. Okay, then on the water, as expected, red killing a lot from green. Paladin coming up for blue. Persian paladins. Yeah, this looks really like China Sea's game. 1k score lead, 5,900 against 4,900. Can Baek-T actually gain some more ground? Not safely, really. Where is he supposed to go? Maybe ask Vienna's crew to delete a wall here. And oh yeah, he got here somehow. Anyway, Well, that's good. Castle is up, town center is up. Let's go to back T. Does he have a lot of resources? No. Where did all the resources go? Are they slinging ACCM now? Yeah, obviously. Well, the scores at least indicated. Let's take a look. Tributes received. Yeah, 7,000. So only 2,000 went for back T, and when it was kind of clear there's no point slinging more, they switched over to ACCM. So 7,200 currently. Okay. Okay, back to the normal point of view here with the spectator overlay. Okay, on the water, war galley has been done. Oh, that's actually a good hint. Red made it to Castle Age, and I really prefer a Castle Age at around 35-40 minutes. If you're slinging, there's no real point to sling forever with like 40-50 villagers. You can compare the populations. 75 against 54 between VNS Cool and Fang Xiaoqi. Okay. And there's the GG. I think Vietnam realized in what kind of a precarious situation they were. And yeah, calling it. Gonna update the scoreboard. That's the 2-2. China C making it even in this match. And yeah, winning 2 Nomads in a row. Sorry, achievements. Military count. Yep, looking good for Moonlight. He received the sling. Back T, yeah, took a beating. And ACCM, who received the bigger sling for Vietnam, really, only an even ratio here. Nice play from Red. That looks much better than for Green, for VNS Cool. And yeah, the resources tributed we've just seen. Okay. Villager high. And let's go back. I think I'll play a quick